All right, hello. This is Russ Payton with Role Playing Public Radio. This is the RPPR Patreon game. Fear Itself. Unboxing is the title of this scenario because it's just going to be about an unboxing. And so we have two players with us tonight. They are friends of Maria Anderson, a popular vlogger who buys antiques from online auction sites and showcases them on her channel. And she knows a lot about antiques and history, and she's kind of every little antique she gets, she tells a little story about it, and she has a niche but dedicated following, and is able to make her living from that. So not like a huge vlogger, but she's doing well enough that is her full-time job. So you all live in Portland, Oregon, and she has invited you to her house, which is out in the suburbs in Portland, Oregon. I don't know the geography of Portland, Oregon very well.
Lake Oswego.
Sure, we'll go with that. And so both of you have been invited to help her with her latest unboxing video because she's very excited about it. And so first off, we have Hostel 5. And who are you playing?
Hi, I'm Hostel V. I'm playing Iris Callahan. She's a retail worker. I guess it's Oregon, so I guess she works at a weed dispensary. And she's got a little bit of a criminal record and made friends with Maria through when Maria tried to do a true crime spin-off thing.
Mm-hmm.
And, let's get an actual ex-con in on the thing. And then that didn't really pan off because it's not good for the vlogging format. Mm-hmm. But we remained friends.
Okay. Yeah, you hit it off. Have you smoked with Maria? Is she I'll let you decide if she's
Yes.
420. Okay, all right, fair enough. It's very stressful being an antique vlogger. So the next up we have Mr. Hellspawn, and who are you playing?
Hello, I'm playing as Don Reginald Party. He is a chef who owns a catering company that basically infuses all of his meals with cannabis, filling that very niche market, I guess. I guess everyone in Oregon hasn't heard of oversaturation. But yeah, he's here because Maria does vlogs, and sometimes she's like, "Here's my bud who is a cannabis chef."
Oh yeah. You probably have your own channel, though it's not. I mean, you still have your cooking as a day job, but your channel,
no.
You've done some cooking videos and crossovers and collabs and all
exposed videos mostly.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Maria was next.
So so you're here in her house. She's very excited. There is a very large box. And on the table where she has a little camera set up, this is going to be a live stream. Well, it's going to premiere live, and then obviously we turn into a video for people who miss it live. And you two are there, so she's provided some. Did any of you two try to get some information out of Maria about what this is? There is one unusual thing you see on the table, which is something aside from the usual table where she does her unboxing video with a camera set up on a tripod. There is a adjacent table that has a large cloth over it, and there's something very large on that table, but there's a big cloth draped over it, so you can't tell exactly what is on there. And you notice she's kind of moved some of her furniture around in the living room area to kind of make space for something. So you're not exactly sure what's up. So Iris, did you so when Maria messaged you to contact you, he's like, "Oh, I'm doing a special unboxing video. I'd like you to come over. You can come in and plug your employer, or you could just come in and chat, hang out, and have fun, and I'll provide the food and drinks and stuff after we're done recording. Obviously, no food and drinks while we're on the video because that interferes with talking and all that stuff. Plus, we don't want to get mess on the antique. Anyway, so Iris, did you have any questions for Maria, or did you try and Yeah.
Yeah. Who'd you buy it from?
Oh, a new seller off of Schwebe, the online Southwest St. Louis antique auction. Southwest St. Louis is where all the great antiques are, and the seller sells some really vintage stuff that I think our viewers are going to really find very fascinating. Um, so it's yeah. So if you want to make if you have any interpersonal abilities, you could try and get some more information out of her, or yeah.
I do.
hmm
Um,
So your core clue is that the seller is from Schwebe. I'll say his. Yeah, she does mention his name, which is Jazzy Tunes.
hmm. I don't think Streetwise is probably going to come up too much during this. Would it be possible to spend a Streetwise?
Um,
Like, what would I have known about like the kind of stuff that you get from Swaybe, especially like,
Streetwise, okay. So for free, I'll give for 0 points. Streetwise will let you know that Shuebe, is often it's not one of the bigger sites, but it is more popular with a lot of antiquers because they are an off there. Even though they started in St. Louis, they've moved their offices overseas. So they kind of have done their best to kind of make it easier to sell goods of unusual or not clear provenance. So there have been, you remember reading some stories about like stolen antiques being fenced through Shui Bay, and they're kind of turning a blind eye to it. So
ah,
if you want to make a spend, I'll give you a much more definite clue.
yeah, I'll make the spend.
Okay, so um, actually, you look up Jazzy Tunes, and you find Jazzy Tunes is located in near Kansas City, and you remember a news story about an actual break-in at a Kansas is got lot of limestone caverns. And it's in a very geologically stable area of the country. So there are a lot of important archives, and there was a break-in in one of these very large caves that they use for storage for archives and documents in a obscure film repository. The Library of Congress and other institutes that archive film reels, thousands and thousands of canisters, reported a break-in. They're not sure exactly how, but somebody made off with a truckload of film reels and canisters.
Interesting. So I'm definitely going to be there to make sure my friend's not getting into like Nicolas Cage buys a Mongolian T-Rex skull trouble.
Yeah. So you and when you come to the and with that information in your mind, knowing that this Jazzy June actually has, you look at them, they have other things for sale, including some film reels that are labeled unmarked. You look at the table and you realize that that is a projector, and you see a little thing poking out, which you realize that's the reason why Maria wanted you here, because she needed help setting up the film projector, well, or at least the screen and everything. So she's going to make a whole show out of showing some film she got. You're guessing.
Ah, boy.
Yep. You hope she knows how to thread the film reel, because you sure as hell don't. I assume not. You don't really have anything, and it would be an art skill probably.
Uh,
Humanities I would allow, but yeah, unless you have
uh,
art or humanities, you would definitely not have any fucking idea how to.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh well.
yeah. Um, all right, so that's what you figure out before you head over there. So, let's see here, Dawn. Um, or do you go by Reginald?
Yeah, it's on the company. It just says Don R Party, so just Don.
Okay. All right.
God
Dawn.
damn it! Just got your name.
So what are you? So yeah, Maria tells you to come on over. She has a special thing she wants to unbox. Would like you to be there. Are you going to ask her any questions before you go, or do anything else?
I'm just gonna say, word, I'll cater.
All right. She says, "Oh, no worry. No, you're helping me. Well, if you cater, I'll pay you for it because, but we can't have any snacks or drinks until after we're done recording."
Oh, no,
But
no, no, you'll pay.
yeah. Oh, of course. I'm really excited about this. So, um, the two of you head over there, and just it's a nice day. Nice fall day, still fairly warm, and she's there and you set it up, and then she gets into a regular spiel. Hi, welcome to Mysteries of the Antique World. I'm Maria, and I've got my friends here. You all remember Iris and Dawn? Say hi. But we've got a special antique today, and she takes out her knife and starts cutting over going in the regular deal. And Iris, your guess, your hunch was right. It is a film reel that just says cartoon on it. Looks very the film canister is very old, very dusty looking. The little note taped to it is very old as well. And a couple dark splashes on it. And she's like, "Okay, great. Well, my friends are gonna help me set this up. I'll thread the." She pulls back the drape or the cloth and does reveal a projector. And while I thread this up, my friends will set up the projection screen here, and we'll get started. But she starts talking about. This is a cartoon. This is a silent cartoon that's never been seen. Well, it hasn't been seen in at least a century or a very long time. The seller said this was made as part of a technical test of animation. It was never meant for production. It was never meant for release. It was simply a test of various of an animation studio just to show their abilities. So it'll be very fun and interesting to see this. The two of you set up the projections. I assume you're still helping. And she gets the film. She darkens the lights. You close off the curtains so it's dark enough, and she starts the film. And it is a silent era cartoon. It's black and white animals, little anthropomorphic animals. And it's called the title of it is called The Tea Party. And it starts with a little rabbit carrying a little envelope in a nice little woods, and he's just moving around like kind of a dance-like manner. And he runs into a lady fox who is also holding an invitation and says, have you been invited to that tea party? Yes, I got my invitation at home. And what are you bringing? A cake. Well, I'm bringing cookies. And they sing and dance about this. This takes a little bit. And then they come to Mr. Mouse. And Mrs. Fox says, I got my invitation at church. And I'm bringing cookies. And then, so the two of them continue along. And they run into Mr. Mouse. Mr. Mouse says, I found my invitation at the grave. And it shows a little cutaway shot of him finding it in a cemetery. And What treat are you bringing for the tea party, Mr. Mouse? It's a surprise. And when they get to the tea party, Mr. Cat comes in. And Mr. Cat is very large and asks Mr. Rabbit, "What did you bring? Here is a cake." Mr. Cat eats the cake and says, "This isn't very good," and then eats Mr. Rabbit. Mrs. Fox seems very scared, but Mr. Cat, who is getting increasingly creepy looking, says, "I brought cookies." Mr. Cat eats the cookies, and he says, "These cookies are terrible," and then eats Mrs. Fox. Mr. Mouse, and then he comes finally to Mr. Mouse. It says, "What did you bring?" "Here, it's a surprise." And it's a little unlabeled bottle. And the Mr. Cat drinks it up. And he says, "Oh, what? This tastes horrible." And Mr. Mouse says, "It's poison." And Mr. Cat slaps himself in the face, falls over dead, and his ghost ascends up to heaven. The end. While Mr. Mouse winks at the audience. And then it's over. So, Maria is like, "Wow, that was kind of unusual." I mean, I guess they're still figuring out cartoons back then. I've never seen anything quite like that. What do you think, Iris?
I'm just really glad it wasn't racist.
All right. Let's see here. Dawn, what about you?
I have to go with Iris. Pleasantly surprised, wasn't racist, and got worried when it got a bit into communism, I'm pretty sure.
All right. So yeah, this would so the video wraps up, and she says, "Well, thanks so much again for this." And so it's done, and so you can all talk and just eat and hang out. I got a real good deal on this, and I just thought a cartoon from this era. I mean, that'll go viral for sure. It's so weird and unusual, right? Like, yeah. So the you all have just got kind of a pleasant day. Dawn, what did you cook? What's the catering situation?
I have made a roasted quail with mango-infused cannabis chutney, and also a little bit frothy with quail egg, all served with a side of cannabis potatoes mashed.
Ooh,
yes.
Nice. So that's the day. That's the whole thing. So you have a nice meal. You have a nice time with Maria. She's your friend. You just got to see a really fucking weird little cartoon. So she edits it and gets it up that night because she needs to. Your life goes on. But then, so Iris, let's see here. Where do you work now? The dispensary?
I work at a local dispensary.
Okay. So the next day you're at work. It's about mid-afternoon. And you get a call on your phone from a number you don't recognize.
I mean, I hate to be that millennial, but if it goes to voicemail, I'll check the voicemail.
Okay. It does go to voicemail, and let's see here. This is Detective Wynn with the Portland Police Department. And I would like you to call me back as soon as possible at 555 blah 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 blah. So
Oh, God damn it. Okay. Shit. All right. I guess I'll call the number.
Okay. Hello? Detective
Detective
Wynn?
Wynn?
Yes.
Yeah, you just left me a message. Sorry, I'm on my break right now.
You're Iris Callahan?
Yes.
Were you in at Maria Anderson's home yesterday?
Can I ask what about?
She was found dead this morning.
Okay, I'll come down to the station.
All right. Here's the address. I'll be waiting for you.
Yeah, I tell my boss, hey, one of my friends is dead, and I have to go talk to some officers about this. So, I'm sorry, I got to cut out early today.
All right. All right. So you head down to the police station. So, Dawn, where are you tomorrow? The next day.
I'm in my office,
Okay.
just going through emails and whatnot.
All right. You get a call.
Hello.
Hello. This is Detective Wynn with the Portland Police Department. Are you Dawn?
The culinary cannabis conquistador? Why, yes, it is. How can I help?
Dawn Party. Yes. Yes. Were you at Maria Anderson's home yesterday?
I did. I see news travels fast.
She was found dead this morning.
Oh, no.
I'd like to ask you some questions about that. Could you come down to the the precinct?
Oh, God, yeah, no problem. Don then opens a blank Word document and types his new idea for a video, remembering Maria, and then proceeds to put on a coat and get out the door.
Okay. So the two of you find yourselves waiting in the police department, and you see each other. Let's see here. So, do either of you care? So they, we'll say Dawn, you got there first. But so, you are asked a lot of questions about what happened last night, like what and if anything unusual happened, and do you withhold any information, or are you just telling them what you saw and what you remember doing?
I sing like a canary.
Okay.
Everything flows. I even say, but it was all legal. The weed was inside the house. Yeah, no, just whatever you need me to say, I'll say it.
We just need you to tell us the truth.
Whatever the truth is. Got it.
Yeah. Did Maria seem anxious, nervous, or afraid?
Giddy? I would say giddy.
He said she had a film canister and film reel. We did not find that at the house. There were signs of violence. Neighbors reported hearing a lot of noise around 3:30 in the morning, and we found the house was in bad condition, but we did not find any film. Was this film very valuable?
To be honest, you just told us all it was a 1920s cartoon film. It didn't seem like it was like worth anything. Like I didn't recognize the art. It just was a weird, old-timey cartoon. That's as much as I know. I know she deals in antiques. I mean, that's all I got.
She had no enemies that you could think of?
Maybe rival antique dealers.
And for the record, where were you at 3:30 this morning?
Probably asleep.
Probably? You don't know for certain?
Sometimes time is irrelevant when you're catering.
Were you catering last night?
I was catering for Maria. That is correct.
How long were you catering?
From the hours of 12 p.m. to 3 a.m.
Can anyone vouch for your whereabouts?
Um, I believe Iris could.
The entire time at 3 in the morning? I'm in real life. I mean, she could not. She was not there.
Oh, got it. No, she cannot.
Okay, you can just make up a name of a coworker if you were working with anybody.
Yes, my coworker, Douglas.
Douglas. Okay, Douglas. Last name. All right.
Felinsky.
Felinsky. Okay, Douglas Felinsky. All right. Yeah, we'll say that is your coworker, and he can vouch for you, provide an alibi. So, all right. So Iris, you're brought in. They ask you pretty much the standard questions of what happened that day. They ask you if you know if the film reel is very valuable, if she had any enemies, all that stuff. And as far as you like, there was nothing that rang any bells to you, any alarms for you. It was fine. I mean, the antique was weird, but that was it.
I mean, yeah, I've never heard of it. It's called the Tea Party. She said it was like a production animation that was more like to test the technique. But like, I don't know. You can buy some weird stuff off Swaybay, and I don't know. I read something about like maybe there was a burglary. I think there was like a burglary in Kansas at like one of the National Film Archives or like Library of Congress or whatever, the ones they keep like underground, and like some stuff got burgled, and like I didn't say anything because whatever this is, I've never heard of this company, I've never heard of this movie. It's not like my big fear was that she'd get slapped with like another DMCA or a cease and desist, and that happens sometimes. But like,
Okay.
I didn't say anything. I just it was a really weird little cartoon.
Okay. Okay, so you provide that additional information. The detective takes a lot of notes, and seems very interested in this angle, and does ask for your alibi, just for the record.
I live with my sister. She can vouch for me.
All right, so he gets her information. You two are free to go. So you see each other in the lobby. Yeah. Did any of you try to get any information from the detective as you were being interrogated? Iris,
I probably would ask for cause of death.
are you sure you wanted? It was. It was definitely. It was. We're treating this as a suspicious death.
I mean, honestly, like one way or another, I'm gonna know or find out. I'd like to know.
Do you have cop talk?
I have law.
You do have law. All right. First, yeah, basic law. You're pretty. She. You make the point that if Maria was attacked, and if Maria was attacked, if she was killed, then it's possible you're under in danger as well. So you have a right to know. Whoever killed Maria for whatever reason might target you, because you don't know anything about the killer, and it's about this film because the film is missing, probably. So, so for 0 points, he says, Maria suffered multiple blunt force traumatic injuries and lacerations. She suffered a violent death. You can tell. Well, actually, let's see. Do you have any other interpersonal abilities? Let's see here. Notice.
I have bullshit detector, reassurance.
Oh,
and
bullshit detector.
streetwise.
Yeah. Bullshit detector for free. I'll say he is withholding information. He clearly does not want to reveal all that he knows about her death. So you will have to make some kind of point spend if you want to get the gory details out of that.
I'll hold back.
Okay.
I mean, multiple suspicious death, multiple lacerations, and blunt force trauma. That sounds like a fall or like thrown or something like that.
You don't know. You didn't press it. So yeah, but it doesn't. It definitely sounds like murder.
Yep.
So Dawn, what about you? Were you asking the detective any questions?
Yeah, probably around the same as Iris, because I'm like, I want to glean as much information I can from a YouTube video.
Okay. So the so yeah, if you want to make any spends, you can get more information. Other than that, you can get what Iris picked up, which is blunt force trauma and lacerations.
Pretty sure flirting wouldn't work, or infiltration, but yeah, no, I think I'm good.
Infiltration is sneaking. Yeah, you would if you could like
Arrested before the first act is done.
yeah. I mean, once you're done with the interrogation, you can try to sneak into the police station and get evidence. But yeah, that's high risk. That's some high risk shit. So yeah. So all right, that's what you two know, and you meet in the lobby, looking at each other.
Jesus Christ.
I know what you mean. We just saw her.
Yeah.
Did she even post the video?
She did.
Oh.
Oh, shit. That's actually.
God.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
We should check the comments.
Yeah.
Okay. The video is doing actually noticeably better than her regular videos. It's already gotten like you follow her channel pretty closely, so it's getting about it's got double the number of views her regular video does after about a day. And there's a lot more comments. People are real interested in this cartoon. They're very confused. Some people are calling it fake. Some people are fascinated with it. People want to know more about it. Yeah. Looks like she was right. This is definitely going to go viral.
Well,
now the newest comments are about like, she's dead. Someone killed her. Someone like apparently local news media is beginning to report on the situation. So,
any idea from since a news reporter is already reporting on it? Can we tell like from the comments where the leak's coming from or who reported on it first?
No, it's literally local vlogger Marie Anderson found dead at her home. So, that's it. So people just saw that news report and assumed she was murdered. So yeah, there's one comment. I know where she lives. I drove by her house. There's police tape up. She definitely got murdered.
Pay it for respects.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, basically. But yeah, the comments are going wild. So yeah, if you want to make point spends, you can get more information out of the video, or the comments. But I will say it is generating an unusual amount of interest, and people are very fixated on, particularly the cartoon cat character. Yeah.
Is it possible to make a point spend with interrogation for this?
Interrogation is usually like a person that you can get some sort of leverage over.
That's what I kind of figured, because you can't really do that over a comment section.
Not over comment sections. You could, if you make some other kind of point spend, you could identify somebody you could then interrogate online. So if you could filter it down to a particular person, you could then message them and then figure out. So for example, so what kind of, like I gave you the general tenor of the comments. So yeah, but probably at this point, if you use other skills like for analysis and that kind of thing, you could get more information. So let's see here. You don't have. let's yeah, but you don't have to. Oh yeah. Also, another thing: general abilities you can make point spends to gain information as well. So if it makes sense in this circumstances. So
Like say I could spend a point of preparedness to say like, oh, I already know one of the commoners because blank reason, uh, or already knew beforehand or something like that.
yeah, okay, yeah. If you want to, what kind of comments are you looking for to try and get more information? Like somebody who drove by the house,
Um, by the house,
or
or
somebody
who's
who's
more
like,
fixated on the cartoon because it seemed like
yeah.
the detective was really interested in the angle of and the antiques or somebody killing her over it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So which one?
Uh,
Uh,
the the antique.
okay. So the cartoon angle.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, let's see here. Frank's nostalgia bin is a local. You've seen that commenter. He shows up in a lot of Maria's videos, commenting on them, and you know he's local to the area. Um, so you can go and talk to him. You can message him and get more information out of him. Yeah, yeah. So what do you want to know? So if you want to reach out to him, what's your line? What's your approach?
Um, just basically shoot out like, hey Frank, it's Don. Like to meet up. Let's grab a cup of coffee. We need to talk.
Okay. Oh shit! Yeah, of course. So, by the way, this takes place in 2019 before COVID. So, because
Yeah,
you thought that. So
we'll do it over Zoom.
yeah, no,
Hmm.
no, this is pre-COVID. So, yeah, Iris, are you going to tag along for that, or are you going to pursue a different angle?
Uh, hmm. I'll say like I'll do a different angle.
Okay.
I'm her friend. I've been in her house.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, she lives alone, right?
Yeah.
If they need identification for like stuff that's missing, I could help.
Okay. So you head to the crime scene. And yeah, there's a uniformed cop there. Who asks you what you're doing.
Hi, I'm friends with the deceased. I was one of the people here, most recently with her. I, I know it's weird, but like, apparently, like the item of interest that she was talking about yesterday got stolen, but like maybe something else got stolen, so I could help identify stuff.
Okay. That's a point spend of some kind. Reassurance would definitely work.
Yeah, I'll spend reassurance.
Okay. So fortunately, Detective Wynn's partner is there, and let's see. Helen Vosberg, and let's see here. Just keeping names down. Thanks, fake name generator. So Helen, of course, has heard about you from Detective Wynn because they, are partners and communicate. And so she's like, okay, well, yeah, I could use you. So when you look at the house, the side wall has been just busted down. Like a car went through it. But it just like an explosion. You can see debris everywhere. It's all inside the house. So something from outside the house knocked it inside the house. Um, and yeah, it is just baffling to see this. There are bits of the film projector left on the ground. You can spot those. You do not see the film reel. Um, and yeah, what are you going to do?
What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can tell you for certain it took the film projector as well, because
Okay.
that's gone. Um, is
She
there
makes a
like,
note of that.
is there like, Jesus, is there like anything else in the house that's like disrupted, or is it just this? Is it just here?
She says there actually, she starts pointing to the walls, and there's a lot of damage to the walls, like like holes and like tears and rips. It's really confusing. It's like a partial. It's almost in parts, almost entirely, partially demolished. And there's some chaos in the kitchen. In terms of like all of the kitchen. Not the Maria had a slab sheath for all her kitchen knives, and that's on its side, and the kitchen knives have been strewn about. Um, some on the floor, some on the counter. Uh, yeah. Uh, so you can make spins here if you have any relevant abilities.
Is the wall where we set up the projector? Like the
Well,
what's it
you
called?
had one of those stand up projector screens to display it and was on a table. So
Right. Is that where we set up the screen?
no, you set it up in the living room.
Okay.
So you could make for notice. That's what you got for 0 notice. You could make a notice spend of 1 to 2.
I will gladly spend one of my notice for now.
Okay, with 1, you count up the knives. 1 is missing.
Okay, so one of the knives is missing.
Mm-hmm.
The wall was busted through in the living room, right?
Yeah, something from the outside busted in through the side living room. And it looks, with the 1 notice, you also realize it, like, someone came in. You would guess someone used a bomb or something to blow up the wall, like a fucking tactical SWAT team.
Mhm.
Breaching charge. Came in through the living room, then then with a sledgehammer or an axe or something, came in here, started tearing shit up. And Maria came out from her bedroom because she was probably asleep, saw what was going on, and then the attacker heard her in the kitchen, and intercepted her there.
Mhm.
So maybe that Maria managed to stab her attacker.
So I turn to the detective and I say, "Where was the body found?"
Um, it was found in the hallway. It was you actually, she points to a um
Chalk zone.
well, there is a dent in the wall. Almost comical, like almost a perfectly, like an impression, like something was thrown into the wall with great force, and that's where the chalk is. So yeah, the angle is like from the kitchen into this wall, near the hall, adjacent to the hallway.
So what I'm gathering from, did you recover the missing knife?
No, we didn't realize it was missing.
So I've been on the other side of this before, but from my understanding, it looks like somebody Kool-Aided through her wall. She heard it, went to defend herself, and then whatever was attacking her grabbed her and threw her.
Uh, that seems to be what happened.
Jesus.
Someone very strong.
I mean, she wasn't like a small, God rest her, she wasn't like a small person. You couldn't just manhandle her like that. You would have to be big. But I guess it left with whatever did this left with the knife in them or left with the knife.
Yes, that's actually. Thank you for picking that up. Give me a stability check. Roll a
Yeah.
D6. You need a 4 or better.
Yeah. I got a 5. I didn't spend anything.
Yeah, all right.
This is it's too surreal.
Mm-hmm.
Like physics doesn't work that way.
Yeah, no. Like, you can't imagine throwing someone hard enough to make a dent in that wall like that.
And kill them.
Like, it's a very, yeah. Um,
Huh.
yep. Something's wrong. So, meanwhile, Dawn, you finally met up with Frank of Nostalgia Bin. He is. I can't believe you were one of the last people to talk to Maria.
I know it's really it's crazy. I still can't believe it. Frank, how are you? How's the nostalgia been?
Oh, I mean, it's fine. I'm just a small timer. We found some rare prototype He-Man sculpts that we're gonna showcase on the channel soon, and
Oh, God bless you.
some props from Legend of the Hidden Temple. Only cost me
Huh.
5,000.
You know what? A wise and meaningful purchase. Listen, I want you to keep this to yourself, but I might be making a video in memoriam, also a way for us to make sense of this tragic event that has happened. And
Mm-hmm.
I thought, you can go in depth with the last film she showed us, and you seem maybe will have a knack for these things.
Yeah,
Have you watched the last video she posted?
yeah, of course, multiple times, frame by frame analysis. Um, I mean, she did a really good job recording it. I mean, it's not like a scan of the film, but like she had a 4K camera. She uploaded in 4K, so it was pointed right at the screen, full frame. So we got a pretty good, um, you know, recording of it.
Oh, yeah. Of course, I was being there. But I mean, the cartoon in general. Anything special you would like? What would anything stick out to mind?
Um, well, there's a lot of discussion that this might be one of the lost works of Melvin Prelinger. So
Melvin Prevlinger?
Prelinger,
Prevlinger.
yeah.
Okay.
Um, yeah, kind of a experimental, avant-garde, heavily influenced by the surrealists animator, but did a lot of work for studios to make Rent.
So a classic Portlandite.
Yeah, so it's the art looks like him, and there were, from what we know about him, there's some indication that he did some work by himself or with only a few trusted collaborators. But they've never been found. But there's yeah. So that's what you get for free. You can make spins of some kind, or if you have relevant abilities, interpersonal or whatever, you can coax more information out of them.
I'm going to use a point of flattery.
Okay.
And do I roll for this?
No, that's the whole
Sweet.
thing of Gumshoe is that you just
That's
spin.
yes.
So, what kind of information do you want to more about Melvin Prelinger, or more about like theories about the cartoon cat or the film itself? Actually, yeah,
Yeah.
it's the film or the man or the animator. I guess those he can with 1 point you can get one of those out of him before Frank goes back, because he's got to get back to commenting and analyzing it. It's really
It's a full-time job. Someone has to do it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would like to know more about the man who created the movie.
Okay, Melvin Prelinger. He spent time in Paris during the 20s and 30s. He was known to associate with the Surrealists, or sort of on the fringe of the Surrealist movement. He was reportedly met to like Dali and Magritte and a lot of these other big names at one point or the other. But he died under mysterious circumstances. His body was never recovered, and was only declared dead after being missing for 7 years in 1937. Or he went missing in 1937 and was declared dead in 1944. His archive, some of his letters are fortunately at what is a university in Portland?
Oregon State University.
Oregon State University. Yeah, they have them in their special collections.
Or wait, Portland State University. Never mind. There's one way closer.
Okay, Portland State.
Yeah.
Okay, Portland State University has them in their university archives, special collections. So he was reported to have used a lot of drugs, although he wouldn't talk about which ones he used. But they apparently expanded his mind. He was also into the occult quite a bit, and often was. There have been some references to, for example, tarot cards in his works, in studio work that he snuck in, little Easter eggs. And it is theorized he put in others. His missing films are sort of a holy grail among animators. Well, cartoon fans and that kind of things. They are reputedly cursed and were hidden away by his collaborators and his friends after his disappearance in 1937. Let's see here. What else do you want to know about him?
Any heirs or anybody living in the area that knew him, or is a descendant?
No. They're all dead or missing.
Any collaborator who claims the film is cursed and had it hidden away?
No. Well, there was one collaborator who wrote a book about him. Let's see here. Jason Eccles. Jason Eccles. Let's see here. Wrote The Formless Dream. About Melvin, wrote. Which he talked about how animation was giving form to the formless, which was a key idea to Melvin. To turn a thought into a thing that actually moves, in other words. So, something that has no visual representation, an
indescribable horror.
More the artist is a demiurge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's exactly it. So that book and those letters are at Portland State University. If you make some sort of pretense to get them, you could learn all the information. But Frank has not done that, so he doesn't know the full story.
I thank Frank. I leave him with one of my cards.
Mm-hmm.
I say, hey, I'll be in contact for when I start getting to work on it. After the script's all written out.
Mm-hmm. So Jason Eccles has living people who knew him. So you have second generation people, like people who indirectly, Jason knew Melvin, and there are living people who knew Jason.
Yeah.
But yeah, everyone in direct contact with Melvin is dead.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Which is not unreasonable given that, he disappeared in 1937. So, all right, so let's see here. Iris, what were you doing? Oh yeah, you're at the crime scene. Anything else you want to do before you
go? Pardon me. I think I'll throw caution to the wind and spend that extra notice.
Okay. You give the place one more sweep over, and you notice a pool of black liquid on the kitchen tile floor that has gone unnoticed because there was debris and they haven't really moved it. But when you look at it, it certainly pools, and you look at it and it looks a lot like ink to you.
You got a material here?
Okay. Yeah, they take a sample of it. But it yeah, it looks like ink.
Huh. I'm gonna just file that away for later.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I'm not really seeing anything else, but it looks like
In the ink pool, sorry, in the pool of the liquid, there is a bit of metal that does look like it's a bit like the tip of a knife.
oh, wait, hold on. Okay. I think this is this looks like the tip of what she would have fought back with.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Well, I guess I'll make that stability check.
Okay.
I mean, I won't if I don't have to. It's
Well, why would you want to make a stability check? Why would it be logical for you to make a stability check? What's the inference you're making?
Something burst through the wall and then picked her up and Wolverine fastball specialed her ass to death. And that cat was big.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make that stability check.
Okay.
I got a 3.
Yeah, that's 1 point of stability.
Yeah. I'm not going to tell the nice police because, boy, that sounds fucking crackpot.
Mm-hmm.
But, I just turned very, very pale.
Okay.
I think I've helped you all I can. I need a moment alone. I'm going to leave.
Okay. All right. All right. The two of you finish your respective scenes about at the same time. You can meet up again. I assume you want to meet up again and exchange information.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you meet at a nearby coffee shop, another one, or a sandwich shop, and you each share what you have learned. And after you have shared that, you look at your plates of food and drink, rapidly cooling, and neither of you have much of an appetite, I would imagine, or do you?
I do.
Okay.
I had a dab pen on me. I've been kind of constantly pulling on due to
Okay.
stress,
Mm-hmm.
anxiety.
Okay.
I'm eating because I gotta eat.
All right. By this time, it is close to sundown. What is your next move?
I think we have to see if we can get access to those materials at the campus.
Oh yeah, and Dawn is now like, hey, we should probably stick together. I mean, it's gonna sound silly, but I think we're safer. Like, I don't want to be alone.
I think I'm gonna tell my sister that like I gotta stay elsewhere tonight.
Okay.
Because yeah.
I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Where are you going to stay?
Uh,
The Marriott in downtown Portland.
Sure.
Yeah, honestly, we could probably just rent a hotel room.
Okay. So you get a room. It is on the second floor of the Marriott, unless you want to make a request.
Second floor sounds great,
Okay.
considering what happened on the ground floor of Maria's house.
Mm-hmm.
We can jump and still survive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not really what I'm worried about.
All right. So the two of you, are you doing anything unusual for the rest of the night?
I think I am.
Sleep? Yeah. What are you going to do?
Would it be possible to try to find out the information? Would it be... trying to think how to articulate this. Would it be possible to call that Library of Congress people and be like, hey, I think we found one of your films, or where it is?
You get their work number, their standard 9 to 5 number, which just...
Oh, yeah.
So if you make some kind of point spend, you can dig up the personal number of somebody involved in that and call them at home, essentially.
It's not super important, mostly because it's just telling a bunch of government people where their shit went. But like, I need that point of research for reasons.
Mm-hmm.
I will leave a. I'll just leave a voicemail.
Okay. Let's see here. Dawn, anything you're going to do?
I'm going to, is it possible, due to me being paranoid, that I would grab my chef's knives and like kit, just basically as like a security blanket. Like
Yeah.
when I get nervous, I prepare food.
Sure. Yeah, you can
Uh,
definitely do that.
so while I'm preparing, like, I don't know, like a fugu fish,
Okay.
um, I am going down the rabbit hole, googling Melvin and about all the like the urban legends and kind of everything I can find about him.
There's actually not very much you can find for him without making some kind of spin. His name certainly comes up. He has a Wikipedia page. It's very brief, though. Nothing about his films being cursed. Just that he was an early American animator, um, noted to have been spent time in Paris with the surrealists. Worked on these films that are known. Other ones unknown. Some of his work is considered lost on forums and stuff like that. There's actually some new stuff on social media because people are being like, "Oh, Maria Anderson's latest. Did she find a lost Melvin Prellinger film?" And the let's see here. Yeah, the and that kind of thing. So not much you haven't. There's a lot of rampant speculation and gossip, but nothing that seems particularly relevant unless you want to make a spend of some kind. But yeah, it's certainly a lot of people are now drawing this comparison. There's a lot of like people looking at it frame by frame, and people are now like pointing out the connection between Maria Anderson posting this and then fucking dying that night. That people, there people are. There's a lot of speculation about that, but you can't really. There's so much it's hard to filter through unless you want to make a spend.
Yeah. Is it possible to? Da, 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 da. I don't think I really have something I could spend, but I think the only other one I can use is probably flattery or maybe bullshit detector.
Those are you have to like have a person to do that. You
Yeah.
can't really do that online.
Then I'm just gonna
Online is
probably
more research. It's more of a academic thing.
then I
Or
guess
technical, yeah, or
I understand.
research or academic. Yeah, interpersonal is that one-on-one stuff. Yeah, which is fine. By the way, I think you made your character with 10 points. You actually have 12.
Oh, because yeah.
Yeah, fewer number of players, you actually have more points. So, you can add.
Well,
two more
look
points
at that. Computer use got one.
Okay.
Can I spend a computer use?
Okay, what are you trying to? What information are you trying to get?
Just basically try to find on the more obscure fringe websites to see if there's any more details besides the base level thing I can find about this guy, because it seems like the information is kind of scarce for such a legendary film.
Well, I mean, it's scarce because he was an obscure niche figure, and not much of his work survived. And certainly none of the films that there were rumors about, but like basically, very few people have actually read the Formless Dream or any of his letters, and the few people did then said kind of gave generalized summaries in other accounts, and people have read those summaries, but they haven't read the detailed stuff. So, with a point in computer use, though, you actually do find an animators forum that is only for like professional animators, people working in the industry now, and like film historians who specialize in early cartoons, like people who are really specialized in this shit. And they're doing a frame by frame analysis of it with blown up 4K pictures of this, and they are basically making they're pretty much convinced this is definitely Prellinger. Like there's a lot of stuff in there. But they are noting that he is not referencing. He's referencing. They seem to be convinced he's referencing something, a new source of inspiration. Prellinger used the occult as like ways to put homages, or he was one of these people who was inspired by the occult, and he loved to sprinkle in occult references in his work. And the references, he's not using any of those traditional references. He's not using tarot. He's not using the golden bow. He's not using any of these sort of kind of things. So they're wondering, but he is drawing clearly from something because there are weird symbols in the background and in certain minor parts of this, and there's patterns like on the leaves that they can tell there's some sort of meaning there. Some people are connecting it. But because you spin a point, one person does connect it to a text, and he says there is a text here. It's an unlabeled book of a Parisian occultist who is living in Paris, or who was Parisian, who is active in Paris in the same time that Frelinger was there. This occultist just went by the name of R. Carter, and spoke of a the he was a Jungian. He believed that our collective subconscious was all linked, but Carter believed that this was all linked through dreams. That dreams had a concrete reality. And he used various symbols that were present in the dream world, universe, whatever you want to call it, that had power in the reality. So that's the connection this film historian has made, because he also studied this guy and recognized the symbols. So this guy just posted like a couple hours ago. So like this is the first connection anyone has drawn to this stuff. But
okay.
yeah,
Then
but that takes you hours of work. So
okay. Is it possible to draw or like screenshot the symbols of what they're pointing out?
Sure.
Okay, sweet. Put in my recipe book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. So the two of you go to sleep, or sort of like nod off. But the next thing you notice, both of you are awake and your hotel room is dark, but you can hear a sound coming from outside the room, and both of you are like, "What the fuck is that?" And then you realize it's music. It's distant music, and it's like a horn section. And it's distant and kind of distorted, but it's gradually getting louder, and it's coming from outside.
Are you up? Ernst, are you up?
Yeah.
What the fuck does that sound like to you?
Like a drunk saxophone? No, like a drunk trumpet.
I'm just gonna maybe guess this sounds a little bit like some of the horns we saw in that crappy fucking 1920s film.
Well,
yeah,
it was
but that was
silent film.
silent.
There was no, yeah, exactly. But it's a kind of music that would be played live for these silent films. Dawn, that's one of the things you picked up. Silent films had live musical accompaniment.
Did you know live silent films had live musical companies to accompany them? This is it.
Yeah, like years ago, they will have like a piano in the theater, right?
You hear piano.
Huh. I'm
Oh, this is not good for my anxiety.
I inch my way closer to the wall with the window,
Okay.
and I very carefully glance out the window beyond the blackout curtains.
Mm-hmm. So you have a balcony on your second floor window, by the way, and your window faces a road. That there's buildings across. You're sort of downtown Portland. There's obviously a lot of buildings all around you.
Mm-hmm.
And at first you really don't see anything. But then you notice it. They're in the alley between the two buildings, directly across from you. You see a glint of white. And then leaning out of the shadows, you see it's a circular whiteness. And then there is a there's a pattern of white little rectangles below it, and you realize that's a smile. Those are teeth, and the little white space is an eye. And there's cat ears on the head.
I slowly...
Give me a stability check.
Yeah. I'm going to spend 1 on this.
Mm-hmm.
I make it.
All right. What do you do?
Cat. Motion towards the window. Cat. Motion towards the door and start moving towards the door.
I saddle up to him while inhaling on my dab pen.
Okay. Are you looking out the window?
Yeah.
I was saying, cat, go towards the door. Cat.
Oh, I thought you were well, I still looked.
Okay. That's
Like, why? Is there a cute cat outside? Nope.
I do not look like I saw a cute cat, but you do you.
There is a cat on the balcony with white gloves and a large mouth, and it's right outside the window. It got there real fast. So here, I'll just put a little picture for you.
Oh boy.
It's exactly what I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
I'm blind to this and I'm thrilled.
Yeah, it's him. It's your boy, Cartoon Cat. He is very so go ahead and give me that stability check there, dog.
Will do.
Oh,
That was not that. That was a different channel entirely.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 4.
All right. So yeah, this is gonna be like sort of a combat kind of thing. So you're at the window. Where were you, Iris?
I was moving towards the door.
Okay. So he looks. Iris, you can see him looking at the window, and then just oh god. So Iris, I'll give you first action. Are you going to flee?
Yeah, that kind of sounds like it.
All right.
I mean, that door's got to get open anyway, so.
Mm-hmm. Give me a fleeing check.
I will just spend 1 on this.
Okay.
It's a good thing I did. That's a 4.
All right. With a 4, you manage to just start running. You throw open the door and start running. You're in the hallway. So Dawn, it sees you. There's only the window between you and it. What are you going to do?
I turn and flee and throw my dab pen in a different direction, saying, "Fetch!"
Well, it's a cat. So what is your fleeing score? Your base?
7.
All right, it will act first because it is a higher aberration score, which is sort of their pool of do things. So it's going to spend 2 points to grab at you. And it gets a 4. So it bursts through the window and grabs you by your hand. So you have been grappled by the thing. It's the music is very loud now. So you cannot flee right now. You can make a let's see here. You can make an athletics check or actually a scuffling check to pull yourself free.
All right.
Yeah.
I will spend 4 points on scuffling.
Yeah.
Word of advice, just spend 3.
I'm going to spend 3 points on scuffling.
Because that way you automatically make it without having to spend over.
Fair enough.
I don't want Dawn to die yet.
He has not served his purpose.
I mean, he's already served his purpose. He's between me and the cartoon monster, so...
Yeah.
5.
All right, with a 5, you're able to
Actually, he got an 8.
Oh, I added a +3 onto it.
Yeah. He already added the 3 to it, so he rolled a 2. Oh no, yeah, no, you're right. It is a total of an 8 because it is a 5 plus 3. Yeah. All right, so with an 8, you managed to break free and stay on your feet. So you can start running. Go ahead and give me a fleeing check.
Okay, I'm going to spend 3 points from fleeing.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh yeah, both of you did, especially you, Dawn, realized one of its eyes is blackened out. Like it has a swollen, cartoonish black eye.
Well, now we know where Maria stabbed it.
Mm-hmm. So with a 4, you're able to get in the hallway. So both.
Oh,
of you
I got a 7. Sorry, because I spent 3.
okay. So with a 7, yeah, both of you are in the hallway. Dawn is just running. You're both running. Dawn's able to make up for lost ground, and the music is blaring. It is 2 a.m, so nobody's in the hallway. You can take the stairwell or the elevator. The music is behind you. None of you are really looking behind you to see if what it's doing. You can still hear the music, so you assume it's still chasing you. So,
yeah.
So Iris, where are you heading?
I'm headed towards the stairwell because that's going to be the faster way to get down. But Is there a fire alarm?
There is a fire alarm.
Would it be possible to pull the fire alarm?
Yeah.
I pull the fire alarm.
Okay. Pulling the fire alarm does override the music. Go ahead and give me a fleeing check. Actually, no, you need a fleeing check to reach the fire alarm.
I will gladly do that to reach the fire alarm.
Mm-hmm.
How much fleeing do I have left? I'll spend 2.
Okay.
I got a 6.
Okay. Yeah. You run up, you pull the fire alarm, and you hit the stairwell. You're basically you'll be able to go down to the first floor next round. Dawn, are you following?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a fleeing check.
I'm gonna risk it.
Okay.
I got a 1.
Okay.
Well,
you are you're winded, or you're just you're not able to run as much. Yeah, you do smoke too much. It is going to spend 1 and lash out at you. But it gets a 3, which I think still meets your threshold. So it claws at your back. Let's see here. It is going to inflict 1d6. +1, because it is a spooky monster. That inflicts 4 health damage on you. Let's see here. What do you have for health? 8. So yeah, you take half of it. You have savage gouge marks on your back.
I feel like half the man.
So when you do that, fortunately, Iris pulls the fire alarm. And at the start of the next round, someone comes out in the hallway, and the music stops. You're just left in the hallway on the ground with a bunch of bloody gouge marks in your back. And Iris is down the hallway running down the stairwell. So it has fled. It has disappeared. So when you get there, the police show up. Iris, what's your story? Because they have to evacuate the hotel because, fire alarm. It's a big mess, and people are very angry at you because there's no fire. But then you showed them the gouge marks, and so they're like, what the fuck happened? What did you see?
I don't know how to explain this. It came in through the window at night. We heard noises outside. It came in through the window, and I understand we're on the second floor, but it came in through the window into our room, and it started chasing us. And I realized we were the only ones around, so I pulled the fire alarm. And I'm sorry, I left Dawn behind to run, but I guess the fire alarm must have scared it off.
Okay. EMS people do patch you up to heal 1 point of damage. Dawn. So they stop your bleeding. They ask if you want to go to the hospital to have it looked at more, but of course that's going to cost you because America. So if you want to get more health back, you'll have to go to the hospital. But so if either of you want to make a spend, you can with some sort of interpersonal ability. You can tell them, oh, it must have been someone in a mask. Must have climbed up somehow. Maybe they had a vehicle to help them get up to the second floor that quickly. You know, if you stand on top of a van, you could just drive up. You could just jump up there, or a ladder or something. You know, they had an accomplice. Yeah, that's it.
Do you have any reassurance left on?
I do.
Okay.
All right, you could use it or I could use it.
Yeah. Otherwise, they're probably going to take you in because what the fuck?
I'm going to spend it. I'll spend it and tell them it was a wild Antifa member.
Yeah.
Because they'll buy that shit any day.
Yeah, they offer to take you into protective custody because clearly someone is targeting you, but you can easily say you're better off without them. You just want to put this behind you. You'll just leave town because they're not going to be a help that much, but they won't with the reassurance. Okay, we'll just move on.
Thank you.
Yeah, clearly it's whoever murdered Maria Anderson, and it's someone. Yeah, that person. And unfortunately, the video cameras around the hotel stopped working right before the attack.
Weird. Must be accomplice sabotage.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was.
I'm an internet celebrity. People sometimes want to murder me for fun.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. It's the morning. Both of you feel like shit, but you got your belongings out of the hotel room. The Marriott's not going to take you anymore.
That's fair.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what's the next move?
I'm going to the college.
Okay. Portland State University.
Yep.
All right. Don, you going along as well?
Yep, I developed a codependency.
Okay. So the two of you head there. You can just park and walk to the library because that's how universities work. They don't have they don't have fences or nothing, so you just walk in. So you find special collections pretty easily. It's very quiet there. Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, I forgot. Well, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot. Next time, remind me. You can make sense trouble checks before you get attacked by something. That is a general ability that you have. So, yeah.
That's fair.
Oops.
Introduction to Cartoon Cat. I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's also been a hot minute since I've run Gumshoe, so. Yeah. Oh well. Anywho, we are so you're at the special collections, but they are special collections and they are only available to students, faculty, and researchers with permission from the librarians. So, yeah.
Can I spend a point of preparedness to be wearing like my chef outfit just to pretend like I'm actually with the kitchen facility and I was told to grab these books?
No, you don't have to make a spend because that won't work. like you can just have it, and be rejected.
You don't
Yeah.
trust chefs.
Knowing your skill set, I
Yeah.
think your best angle is going to be bribing a bunch of stoners with food, and then like they get us into the library as like their guests.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I like that idea. Hi, fellow stoners of the university. I'm doing this as a tweet, and
Wait, do you have Streetwise?
I do not.
Damn it!
Iris?
Well, I have
Yeah.
Streetwise 0.
Okay, with Streetwise, you can pick out the stoners among the staff.
No, that's a young Republican. You want the one with the
Or can I
denim
do
pants.
sense trouble,
Mhm.
and then like who I think is the trouble crowd? Obviously, they're the
No,
pot
it's
smokers.
Streetwise. Yeah, it's Streetwise to ID someone who is susceptible to this kind of bribery. But that's a 0-point spend. To find the person, to make the bribe, that's some kind of spend. So what ability do you want to use to try and convince? What's this young student in staffer's name?
Grady.
Grady. Okay. How are you? What ability will you use to persuade Grady to give up their professional responsibilities?
Flirty.
Flirting. Okay. All right. How do you flirt with Grady?
I tell Grady, you look like a person of very complicated taste. I love experiencing many flavors.
Yes, sometimes I like to put the bugle inside of the Funyun and have a little bit of both. How did you know?
Yeah. All right.
I am a midnight snack sort of guy, if you catch my drift.
All right. Grady's cool, and with your flirting and your bribery, make a preparing to spend for your bribe. You need a 4 to have enough goodies, THC, enough edibles to persuade Grady to accept that bribe.
I'm going to spend, and you said, what was it, preparedness?
Target, yeah, you need it's a preparing to spend. You need at least 4.
I'm going to spend 2.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, mouse went out.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be 7.
Okay. Yeah, with an additional. Wait.
No, 2. Sorry, 5.
Yeah,
Sorry, 5.
yeah,
5.
Yeah. So you spent 2. So you got a 5. Yeah, that's enough. Grady will take you into the special collections. But Grady then says, "Yeah, don't make any trouble. Just you can just go out this door when you're done, and don't take anything with you. But you got. I mean, nobody comes in here all day, basically.
Can't promise anything, Grady. I'm a bad boy. And I wink at him.
I walk away.
Okay.
Well, more specifically, I walk towards the special collections.
Okay, so finding this stuff is going to be pretty much You said you had research.
I sure do.
Well, you can spend that point of research.
I sure will.
All right, so you find the book, The Formless. What was it? The Formless Dream and Prellinger's letters. So the two of you can spend the day reading that shit. If each of you, one of you can read the letters, one of you can read the book, and figure out more of this shit. Yeah.
Prellinger wrote the book, right?
No, his friend did, Jason Eccles.
Okay.
Yeah. But it was based on, Prellinger's, basically, it was related to him by Prellinger.
Right.
And then some of Eccles' own observations. So, but yeah, it's his philosophy, and it's the closest thing to a book you'll ever get from Prellinger himself. So, so each of you can just read it. You'll get the core clues for free. If you want to get more information from either source, you can make spends. So for free, the book expounds on apparently Prellinger got this drug that he called Liao,
God damn it.
from Carter in Paris. And through that, he actually no, I'll say that's the letters. So it's the letters you find out about the drug, and the letters gave him, and the Liao let him go to the dream world and go to the edges of the known dream world. Is what he was interested in because they're lied in nameless beings of thought, of abstraction, but had no form. Only their hunger is how one letter is quoted. So the book talks about how Prelinger was obsessed with animation as an art form because the demiurge believe to create life or the semblance of life through art was his obsession, because then he could only by becoming God could you understand God, and only that is the only way to understand the universe. So that is the whole point of philosophy, so that's how Prelinger saw it.
God complex, got it.
Yeah, so it was well, God complex is a means of meditation and philosophical understanding. So animation helped him understand so much more of life, but then by putting occult significance in it, he began more convinced. So the problem was that animation wasn't lifelike enough. But he said, occultists have long tried to create the homunculus, but the problem with the homunculus, it had no soul, which is why it always failed. It had no animus, no spirit. But I have found a spirit in the dreams beyond. Most of the beings there have their own forms there in the dream world, so they have no desire. But there are formless beings who would be eager to accept a body, even one that I had provided in the real world. But of course, no god should be slain by his own creation, shall be bested by his own creation. So I shall put limits on my creations through my art. So that's what you get for free. He apparently found some sort of formless being in the dream worlds, and gave it a form by animating it. So if you want to get more information, you can make spends.
Well, just from a surface level perspective, there's a non-zero chance that the Tea Party was like his way of killing what he invoked, because there's an old saying in D&D groups, don't call up that which you can't put down.
Mm-hmm.
And formless beings of thought and hunger, and the cat is undone by its ceaseless hunger, and the mouse tricks it into drinking poison. So it kind of sounds like this was either like his attempt to kill his creation or just a loophole that he put into it. But then, like, I'll spend a point of occult.
Okay. So at the point of occult, your hunch actually is right. You realize, for one thing, that this is actually the third part of a trilogy. And this is, yes, the ending. How to undo the cartoon cat. And that is, of course, this is a ritual to force him. And the Tea Party is how to slay the cartoon cat. But you must follow the ritual. Now, you don't know exactly. Then he's compelled to drink the poison at the end, and that poison, which is just a bottle with a skull and crossbones on it, he will, with some sort of liquid inside, he will die, or lose his form, which would explain his anger. So do you want to know more about doing the ritual? Or you want to know more about why he is pursuing you?
Um, I got a feeling I know how we can know more about the ritual, considering that the mouse found it at a grave.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So,
Oh
We
yeah.
found his invitation at the grave, not the
fa-
poison. He just
ah,
had the poison.
okay.
So, yeah.
So maybe the grave is a representation of the guy who made the cartoon.
Well, do you want more information about the ritual then?
Um, yeah, we should probably learn more about the ritual because that sounds like a good idea.
Okay. So
Yeesh.
in order you interpret it with you interpreted this ritual quite literally. You need to create 3 invitations. There were still close-ups of each one. You need to then have cast 3 people as the rabbit, the fox, and the mouse, and you need to find all 3 of them walk into the woods to a place that has been set up as a tea party. And then the rabbit and the fox have cake and cookies. They offer them to the cartoon cat. They are consumed by the cartoon cat. Then the mouse offers him the poison. He and then drinks the poison. So rabbit and the fox. So the question then is, so you only had 1 point of occult, so you don't get anything like that. So it sounds like whoever's the rabbit and the fox is fucked. But you just have to like replicate the formulas or the invitations, and the rabbit finds it at their home, the fox finds it at a church, and the mouse finds it at the grave, and then the cake and the cookies. You're a chef, you can make those without any kind of spend. You know what they look like. You could replicate those, and then yeah. So that's what you with 1 point. So. Yeah.
Is it saying we have to sacrifice 2 people and one gives the real poison?
Well, that's what you get with 1 point. So
Yeah.
if you
So
have
Maria was 1 down.
No, Maria wasn't part of it.
So yeah, you don't have there is more information to get. There are answers that you do not. This is the whole point spending thing, interpreting ambiguous information. So
Okay. Well then, I
so
got.
you can make spends, Dawn. You have access to this material as well.
Yeah.
You do have 1 unallocated academic or investigative point. And also, I will say your languages point, you could reallocate as well, because I don't really see anything.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I will do 1 in the to do social service sciences and research, and I'll do 1 point in social sciences, maybe to reach out to anybody to kind of figure out more on the subject.
No, this is interpreting the books that you have.
Oh yeah, sorry.
So, like
interpret
occult
the books.
studies, you could say you also have a point of occult studies.
Yes, I have a point of occult studies, and I use it.
Yep. All right. So you compliment Iris's research, and reading between the lines of the book, The Formless Dream, and the letters, you realize there are a couple different ways you can do this ritual. One is to get 3 people dressed up in these animal costumes and let 2 of them get fucking murdered. Not ideal. The other one is you have the information in here to make your own cartoon animated things come to life. You can animate the rabbit, the fox, and the mouse. You could bring them to life. It seems that well, you could animate the rabbit and the fox at least, and then one of the living people, you or Iris, dress up as the mouse. So the only key ingredient that you're missing now is Liao, but with your point of occult, you realize there is a source of Liao available to you. There is a formula, and you're a chef. You could. You have a point of science, actually.
I do.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
You could make this drug that is. There's enough information that you could hopefully interpret this drug formula correctly.
It's just like Breaking Bad. I'll be able. Oh, I'll do it.
The key missing ingredient, though, is something that is called the blood of the Ultharian water, the waters of Ulthar. But one of the letters is actually, it says, I brought this letter with me into the dream worlds and dipped it into the waters of Ulthar. It's got some sort of, and it feels weird. So this letter supposedly has the missing magical ingredient, or is it saturated in it? So if you steal this letter, you could take it. You could make the formula for Liao at your kitchen.
All right. Where's the letter? Is it the PSU?
It's one of the letters.
We're literally holding it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm pocketing that immediately.
Do you have anything in Filch?
It's actually going to be an infiltration check to basically sneak out while, looking Well, no, it would be Filch to, because there are other people in the library. And Grady is in the area, so to take a letter out of its special page, archive page, and you have to tear it out of a book, essentially, or a catalog thing. They have them in, specialized archival thing. Yeah, you have to make a test to get the thing.
Yeah, I'll spend 3 points in Filch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make a roll. Actually, with 3 points, you can't fail. So yeah, you succeed. I realized that. Yeah. 3 + 1 is 4. So
you never know.
Yeah. Anyways, let's see here. So you take it. So yeah, basically, if you make the drug, take it. Then you need someone to draw the rabbit and the fox and the mouse to animate them. That's actually the next problem that you need. So none of you have art, so you don't know how to do that yourself. So you have to get an animator to do it for you.
Yeah.
And well, actually, they're the one who has to take the drug.
Can I spend I'm never going to use this trivia point for anything. Can I spend that to be like, hey, I know an artist?
Yeah. Unless actually, if you want to get Real, it's like, wait a minute, I actually took a year of animation. I dropped out of art school.
Yeah, it was part of the prison work release program.
There we go.
It worked out well because now I'm working at a dispensary with a criminal record.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, trivia. I picked up some weird tricks and stuff, and also there's a lot of poetic and noble souls in prison who are unable to express themselves except behind bars, literally.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So do you want to say you know an animator or you are the animator?
Fuck it, I am the animator.
All right. So as you two are leaving, both of you give me sense trouble checks.
God damn it.
All right. I'm going to spend 2 points.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to spend 2 too.
Mm-hmm.
I got an 8.
Okay.
I got a 3.
All right. So Iris, you smell blood in the air. It's coming up from up ahead. You notice the place where Grady was working last. You noticed there is basically you're walking towards the door that Grady told you to use, and there's blood coming. There's blood in the pouring on the carpet, and you could smell it. The door is open, but it seems like there's blood pooling out from around on the other side of the wall of the door. If that makes sense.
I just put a hand up and I stop. Yeah.
Okay.
I stopped Dawn. I think we need to find another way out.
Ah!
There's blood ahead. Something's wrong.
Dawn's just going to be silent and just agree with you.
Okay, so what is Dawn going to do?
Desperately look around for another way out.
Okay. Yeah, you can go back towards the. You have to go out through the main exit of the which goes by a secretary who normally watches the special collections. Not Grady, someone else. So basically, you would be noticed, and they would be like, "What the fuck are you doing in special collections? You weren't signed in."
You know what? I'm going to risk it.
I still have reassurance, so
Okay, so you start heading that way, and you both start walking that way, and a second later, you hear a voice come. It's like, "Hello, what are you doing here?" It's a woman's voice.
like, do I see her?
Do you turn around and look?
It's behind us?
Yeah.
No,
Came
I'm gonna
from
keep
that
going.
doorway.
I'm gonna keep going.
This isn't where I parked my car.
God damn it, Kelso.
All right,
was that Kelso?
she says, "Stop right there, right now."
I stop.
All right.
I
you can hear
also
footsteps, soft, footsteps. I mean, do you turn and look?
Yes.
Okay, there is a woman there. She is walking towards you. She has one of her hands behind her back, and she says, "What are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here."
Uh-oh.
I guess it's time to spend that point of reassurance.
Okay. Actually, you can't spend the point of reassurance.
Can't spend the point of reassurance.
Nope. You could probably make another sense trouble check or
Oh
another.
no!
I'm gonna make another sense trouble check.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend 2.
Mm-hmm.
3. There's trouble.
No. You fail it. You don't see anything unusual about her. Dawn, do you want to make a spin? Or do you want to spend? Do you want to roll it? Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to spend my 2 points, last 2 points of sense trouble, and roll it.
Mm-hmm.
5.
Yeah. There's a few spots of blood on her shirt.
I was fucking move. Run now.
You
And I
have
start
them.
running.
Give them to me. I need the pages. I need the letters. So yeah, both of you give me fleeing checks.
Yeah. I'm gonna spend my last point of fleeing.
Okay.
I'm going to spend 2 points into fleeing.
Okay.
Oh, it's a 6.
All right.
After this, it's all athletics, baby.
4.
Okay. Both of you get to the door and you fling it. You start running. And she comes out, following you. The secretary by this time has gotten up and it's like, "What's going on?" And she just stabs the secretary.
Well,
Yep. I assume the two of you just keep running.
I'm gonna run and scream, "Weapon on campus! Weapon on campus!"
Okay. She she was slowed down too much by stabbing the secretary.
Oh, thank God.
The two of you get out. Both of you, it occurs to you that perhaps there are some people who are also know a lot more about this shit and are willing to use this shit to maybe not everybody maybe everybody there's a lot going on here. What the fuck is happening?
The movie was part of a trilogy, and we got part of the trilogy.
Oh.
And we don't know what the other movies are.
Yep. That's true. So, the two of you get out, away from the killer, whoever she was. What do you do now?
Well, I think we got to go to your restaurant.
I guess. I mean, what are we? We don't even know what the fuck we're up against.
No, but we know theoretically how to kill it.
Paint thinner?
No, the recipe,
Oh,
Don.
okay.
If we go back to your place, you can brew up the recipe, and I can channel the spirits through me, I guess.
Yeah. Do you want me to have people on standby just in case that doesn't work out?
I don't know.
Like have two people dressed up as the
The
animals needed. I'm just saying it's an option. I have
Out of
two.
character, I thought there were going to be more players.
yeah,
Listen,
Um,
Frank
that's fair.
from the nostalgia guy, he'll do it. I got my coworker, Doug.
oh yeah, by the way, both of you give me stability checks for that
Yeah.
fucking murder. I forgot that, but yeah,
Yeah,
shit was
I'm
scary.
gonna spend one.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna spend one as well.
Oh, that's wrong.
yeah.
3.
You wish. All right, you lose 2 stability.
Yeah, I
Oh,
got a 3 as
right.
well. Well, shit.
Yeah, 2 stability.
Yeah, I'm still holding on.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. You only have to worry about health and stability loss when you go below 0.
Mhm.
0,
Got
you're
it.
wavering. But like when you go to, it's basically -12 when you're 100% dead or insane. But like you start taking penalties once you go below 0. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to be right back. You to get some more water. You guys can talk more about your plan.
All right.
Like, I understand what you're saying. Like, we could put more people on the firing line, but also, that poor fucking secretary just died because of us, technically. And I think Maria's death and that random woman's death is kind of enough.
I'm gonna just be honest with you. I really don't give a fuck. I'm not dying. I am just getting started with half of my shit. I don't deserve to die because some fucking punk decided to do some voodoo bullshit on a film that's gonna get me murdered.
I think we're a little more than voodoo bullshit, but also, like, this is. And we found an art landmine, like literally a landmine in the form of art, and like I don't know. I get where you're coming from, but also we have the means to just shut this down as fast as we can, and we're gonna have to explain a not even explain. We're gonna have to just wrangle other people into this nonsense, and
Well, I mean, we do have these psychopaths. Make it known on a forum anywhere that people check. We can have these idiots. They don't know what's in the film. We can say some bullshit like if you're make sure you showed up wearing this and this.
I get that, but also like we're playing. There's so much information missing. The dude died. Nobody knows where his body is. All of his friends are dead. Everybody like who knows things about him, all the information's tertiary. And then he's not even one of the notable surrealists. And then a war happens and buries all of the information about him and all of like the works he's done. We're operating on the barest scraps of information. And
Speaking of that psychotic fucker, what about that sane person who just murdered a fucking person in front of us? That person obviously wants the film for themselves. There's a trilogy, and there's some way to control this thing. Don't you think they're going to come after us till we're dead?
No, she's saying she wanted the note. And we took the note because it's got the waters of Ulthar or whatever. We don't even know where the film is. We are so... Okay, this sucks. This sucks royally. My friend is dead. You've got a gouge in your side. I can't go see my family until I know that they're not going to be at risk anymore. I don't want to know how deep this rabbit hole goes. I don't want to keep fucking with this rabbit hole. If we have an out, let's take the out. I don't want to invite more people from the 1920s crazy murder.
I'm just saying we say we're hosting a giant rave at some kind of like I don't know abandoned warehouse. There's plenty of them in Portland.
Sure.
That's not going to be a problem. I'm just saying we got a bunch of our followers. They all dress up in the costumes. It makes everyone brings gifts. Come make it a whole theme, and we'll have so much cannon fodder that the thing won't know what is what, and we'll be fine. We just then need the last ingredient. Nobody needs to die because I guarantee the thing will be confused. It will be like a monkey on a cupcake. I think we should go with this plan.
Okay, here's my rebuttal to that. We have the still frames showing that every time it ate someone in the film, it got worse and it got weirder. Now, I don't want it to get worse and weirder before it dies.
But
Like
who took
that
the
was
film?
what happened. Like that was what happened in the film, right? It got worse and weirder.
Yeah, I mean that wasn't still frames. It was just like animated. It like
Yeah.
But it was
got
compelled at the last one to take the poison from the mouse. Like,
Yeah,
that's the
yeah.
ritual.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
a ritual.
But
So it has to obey a
Mr.
certain
Rab
pattern.
and Miss Fox get eaten, and then Mr.
Yeah.
Mouse tricks him and feeds him poison.
it's already cartoon. It's already unknowable hunger entity crammed into the form of cartoon physics. I don't want it getting worse and weirder before we kill it.
Well, so then what you're saying is this thing might possibly have to obey by the laws of cartoon physics.
Mhm.
We can paint an exit. No, hear me out. Hear me out. This is insane, but we may actually create a distraction by making a fake exit, like like in the Roadrunner.
Sure.
Do a convincing.
You could definitely try that.
We could draw holes in the ground,
Mm-hmm.
drop anchors, Acme weights, explosions.
Sure.
I don't want it.
Those are all things you can try. Yeah.
I can dress like a woman, confuse it sexually.
I don't want to be a naysayer, but like, do you know why I pulled the fire alarm?
Water.
Yes, water, and that didn't even happen. Instead, people showed up, and you got mauled. There's two of us, and there's a gaggle of weirdos running around. There's
Exactly.
There's
Big
not
party.
enough people for repeat experiments on the unknowable cartoon monster.
You know what? You're right. This is our responsibility. This is, and I'm giving this big speech about responsibility, and this is all our fault, and we should take care of it. While I'm saying this out loud, I'm tweeting my followers, "Big rave tonight at so location. Dress up and sew. Bring this."
You have to make a spend if you want to follow through on that. Like, how are you going to secure a location and a DJ and like a sound system with like very little time to set
Oh no,
up?
there's no DJ. It's just going to be basically gathering enough people, pretending like it's going to be a giant party.
Okay,
And
so
then-
but you need a venue for that. That's going to be a spend of some kind.
Well, it's basically the location wherever we decide we're doing the ritual at.
Yeah, there's
Like-
not just like convenient abandoned warehouses that you happen to know about that you can totally bring 100 people in like that. Like you have to have. Give me something here. Like, do you have any preparedness left?
I actually do.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
How much do you have left?
3.
3. Okay.
I'll spend 3.
All right. You need it. The target number is going to be an 8 to pull this off.
All right.
So you need a 5 or better.
I'm gonna have to.
I got a 7.
Yeah, that's not you can get it tomorrow. You can't get it tonight.
Fair enough.
So you have to wait another night if you want to have a raid and like out of character. Like I kind of want you to do that because God, I'm just gonna fucking destroy your character's stability losses. Like, if you fuck it up, like the potential there for collateral damage is very high. You have to recognize that, right?
Oh yeah, no, he's a coward,
Okay.
and
Well, sure.
he does. He wants to put as much buffer between him and
Okay.
that god awful thing.
So, if you want to set up, get all your friend or your parasocial fans and everything like that, at a warehouse and tell them to dress up as rabbits, foxes, and mice, you can. That'll be tomorrow, so you have to survive another night.
That's okay. You know what? If
Okay.
we survive another night and we do the banishing, there's a nice party for me tomorrow.
Also, you do have to animate the thing. Well,
and
no.
brew the drug.
Yeah, and brew the drug.
Okay.
So, that'll probably take up the rest of the night. So,
Yeah, no matter what, we're gonna have to survive the night.
mhm.
Yep.
But
Yeah. So where are you going to hole up for the night?
I mean, I said we need to go to. I do think we need to go to your kitchen, and I'm sorry for the collateral damage to your kitchen, but like that's where all your cooking equipment is.
That is fine. I'm going to start painting "Do Not Enter" lines on my kitchen floor, just for the false hope of maybe obeys cartoon laws.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
Maybe.
So the you make your spends to brew the drug, and you have to destroy the page, the letter. You basically have to burn it up to help to extract whatever drug, whatever chemical is saturated in this piece of paper. Um, then you have to animate, and it's basically whatever replaced Flash kind of level of animation. It's pretty rough, but you can use vector graphics, and they're high resolution stills of these creatures, of these three animals, so you can actually copy them and sort of like give them very very crude animations. Um, and yeah, so you make the drug. Now, in order to do this, now the question is: are you going to just wait to take the drug at the rave with all the other people's your cannon fodder, um, or are you going to animate them now?
Well, the problem is we don't know if the ritual is immediately going to take effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if it does, but if it works, I mean, if it does work immediately, yeah, and you're definitely out of a cult, so you can't just figure that out. And the
would
question
be
is,
basically waiting.
what are those three? Yeah, with three animated beings. Which
Oh, like you said, if we solve this tonight, at least there's a party tomorrow.
Yeah, pretty much.
okay, yeah, so you could try tonight.
Yep.
Okay.
Iris makes a stability check for drinking the Liao.
Yep.
Yep. We're just going to roll this sucker blind.
Mm-hmm.
5.
Okay. You still lose the stability.
Yeah. How many?
Just one. You made it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not great.
Oh, this is like salvia, except worse.
Yeah.
Ah,
You are pulled into. You're falling or flying through the sky. You're like falling to a planet. You're falling. You're falling. You're falling. You're falling for so long, but then the ground starts coming up. It's like being knocked out of a plane without a parachute. You're just skydiving into a new world, and it is exhilarating and terrifying. But as you fall, you sort of instinctively come up to the ground, and you slow down. And so yeah, your mind is reeling, and that's when you just kind of black out. You hear a voice saying hello, and yeah, so whatever happens, you're not going to remember. So
That's fair.
yeah. Also, I don't want to do. Iris has an adventure.
Yeah.
And yeah. So, Dawn, you're there, and the let's see here. The computer screen with showing the three little animal people there are there, and that's when a rabbit paw, a hand starts coming out of the screen, and it is life sized. It is just effortlessly pulling itself out of there, and followed in short fashion by the fox and the mouse. And they're flickering, and they are animated, and they are alive, and they are looking at you. Give me a stability check.
Nice.
Iris is asleep.
I will spend 2 on stability.
Mm-hmm.
Because cartoon people.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a 5.
Okay. That would be a 5. So you make it. You just lose 1.
Nice.
And they start. The rabbit says, "I have an invitation to the tea party. I must go to the woods." But where? But wait, I need a cake. You there? You're a chef, are you not?
Why, yes.
Could you please make me a cake for my tea party?
Are you gonna help?
Oh, yes, of course.
Put on an apron. All right, let's get some fucking eggs on the table. Now, don't stand there. Let's do this, people.
Okay.
And I start whipping my kitchen into shape.
Okay. But you try to say that, but you said instead, "Oh yes, let's make a cake," and happy music starts playing just around you. Give me another stability check.
I do despair.
Oh, it's a piece of cake to bake a pretty
6.
cake.
Yeah, you feel great.
This
fine.
isn't the worst trip I've ever been on.
Yeah.
You gotta do the cooking by the book. You know you can't be lazy.
There you go. So yeah, you make the cake, and then the fox asks, "Oh, but I would like to have some cookies. Can we bake some cookies?" And you're, "Of course."
Gee willikers, you right, we can make some cookies.
But then, so then Mr. Mouse looks at you with big eyes. He's like, "I want a surprise. Do you have a surprise for me?"
Why, yes, I do. And I put an edible on his plate.
That's not a surprise.
It's what's inside that counts.
It's not a surprise. Why won't you? The mouse starts growing larger.
Well,
You're not following. It's not the surprise. The surprise is a bottle
I will be coming soon. My apologies. And I eat the edible off the ground.
Okay, but you need a surprise. Do you remember what the surprise was?
I wrote.
I know it, and I know where it's stored.
Iris.
But Iris is asleep.
Iris starts.
Iris is no longer asleep.
Iris, you give me a stability check. Oh God, they're alive.
Yeah. That's a 6.
It's fine. It's fine. The mouse is getting angry because someone is fucking up the ritual.
I'm just happy that this worked. So the mouse is yelling, "Surprise, surprise."
Where's my surprise?
And I kind of just look at Dawn, and I'm like, "Under the sink next to the drain cleaner."
It's here! And I run to the sink.
Okay, what is it?
It's probably just drain cleaner.
Okay. Yeah, but there is a bot. You have animated a cartoon bottle with a skull and crossbones on it, and you can pour some drain cleaner in it.
I pour the drain cleaner in it.
Yeah, there. The mess turns back to his normal cute self. It's like, yay, that's a surprise. So yeah, but now they're going to the woods. They start marching out, singing along. And both of you give me stability checks to not just start singing and dancing along with them.
Can I accept its dance and sing along?
Sure.
Yeah. Get some stability back.
No, you just don't. You just don't have to make a check.
Okay. I'll dance and sing along.
I got it too. I guess I'm dancing and singing.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you're there. That's the thing. You're in the middle of Portland. What the fuck is there a forest right outside?
I don't.
Our program here is pretty great.
Yeah, I don't actually know Portland all that well, so I'm going to defer.
Yeah, there was not a forest, misty and dark. right outside the bakery, the kitchen.
Oh shit, we got to go to the jungles of Washington.
Mm-hmm.
This is
So-
Forks, Washington.
So you start singing and dancing as you go through the forest. There are fireflies singing and dancing in elaborate patterns, and there are all kinds of interesting things going on at night here in the forest. But both of you can give me sense trouble checks.
Yeah, we're gonna sense the hell out of that trouble.
Yep, I'm going to spend my last 2.
Let me check mine. I'm gonna spend 2.
Okay.
4.
8. Well,
Yep. Also high beef jerky. So he's commenting on the thing.
Beautiful.
Yes. So so both of you looked well. Iris, you're singing and dancing, but you realize someone is following you along, sort of stalking you parallel to the forest.
great.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to gesture off in that direction while also trying to see who that is.
Okay. And the person. Dawn, you can see Iris is gesturing off to the side. Are you going to go into the woods to check it out? Or are you just following along on the path?
I'm going to follow Iris.
Okay. All right. So, someone dashes out of the woods, and tackles Mr. Mouse, and says, "Give it to me! Give me! No!" And Mr. Mouse is quite scared. He doesn't know what to do. So this is not according to plan. So, Dawn, you can go first because you're not singing and dancing.
Can I spend to have any of my kitchen knives on me?
I'll give you a kitchen knife for free.
All right, I'm going to stab him.
All right, that sounds like a scuffling check to me.
Yeah. I'll spend a point of scuffling.
All right.
Do we recognize the person who is currently screwing with Mr. Mouse?
I'll give this to you because the person is attacking someone else, so they're easier to hit. You stab them in the back. Roll a d6 and add 1.
Oh, right.
Yeah, the voice does sound like the woman who murdered someone.
2.
Yeah.
All right, you sort of cut them on their shoulder. Ow, but they're still focused on that. So,
And that's the only warning you'll get.
she turns to you. Back the fuck off, or I'll kill you. So you can give me a stability check. You've seen that person murder before. That's a scary. That's a pretty. Yep. That's a believable threat, they would say.
I'm not handling it well at all. It's
Nope,
a one.
that's a 2. That's 2 stability. Yep, that's a credible threat. That's what they would say.
I am at 0 stability.
All right, so shit is going long. You're fine now. If you lose any more, you'll start taking penalties to your actions. So, you're kind of wavering. But let's see here. She gets closer to pulling. She's reached in. She grabs the surprise from Mouse. The mouse is holding on to it, but the mouse he's not strong enough to stop her.
Doesn't poke out.
Iris. Well, she's slowly prying it away from the mouse. So, Iris, you can now act. What are you going to do?
Would it be possible to grab the mouse to help him?
Well, grabbing the mouse isn't going to help. Like, you can kick her in the face or something to knock her away, or try and grab her hand and pull her.
I get on my hands and knees. You push her over me.
Well, no, she's like basically she tackled Mr. Mouse, and she's like straddling him and just pulling the jar away from him. And he's holding on.
Okay.
So they're both. It's basically like it's a football, and they're both trying to grab it, and they're contesting it right now. So,
Is she armed?
well, I mean, both her hands are holding the jar. So if she has a weapon, it's not in her hands.
Cool. So could I like athletics to grab her from behind?
That'd be scuffling.
Oh yeah, I'll scuffle to grab her from behind.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll spend 2.
Okay.
Kind of like arm around throat sort of thing.
Oh, okay. Try and choke her out.
So that's a 6.
Yeah. You get her in a chokehold. And you start squeezing. She lets go because, you cut off her air pipe. That's not good. Even she has to breathe. So Mr. Mouse regains control of the poison and starts singing and starts picking himself up. So she is going to spend 3 points to try and break free. So I'll use your roll to contest that. And she does.
Damn it.
She breaks free. So Mr. Mouse gets away, is backing away. She breaks free. I'll say, so she just, she elbows you in the chest, knocking you back. Yeah, you don't take any damage, but she's turning around to face you. Dawn, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna stab her in the back.
All right. Go ahead and give me another scuffling check.
All right. 3.
All right, that does not work this time. Her hit threshold is 4. So nope, nothing. She looks at the two of you, and she just acted. So Iris, what are you gonna do?
Shit.
You could just kick her or punch her, You could try and tackle her again, grapple her, or you could make a spend of some kind if you have like either you have I can't remember what I was saying. Intimidate. Do either of you have?
Oh, actually, I do not.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't have any intimidate either, but I.
All right.
Can I gain a point of intimidation for having a knife?
Nope. That's not how that works.
Damn it.
So if you let's see, Iris, it's your turn. So you have preparedness, right?
Yeah, I do.
Well, you could have a weapon, you could say, for example.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm gonna
carrying a gat.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend 3 to say I have a stun gun.
Okay, make a roll. You need a 5.
I got a 5.
You got a 5. You have a stun gun. You could attack her with a scuffling check, and if you hit her with it, hit threshold is 4. She is going to be it's stunning, really. What will happen?
I'll spend my last point of scuffling.
Okay.
I should have put more in scuffling. That's a 3.
She's cagey. She is going to take out her own knife, and she is going to make a. Let's see. She's going to go after Dawn. She's going to try and actually grab you, try and grapple you and put the knife to your throat. So,
Shucks.
she's going to try. So she's going to spend. She has 1 point left, so she's going to make her last point. She rolls 7. Yep.
Yay.
Well,
So that's a 7. So she manages to put the knife to your throat. So if she yells at you for both of you to drop your weapons, or Dawn will get it. She doesn't know your name. She just drop your weapons or he'll die. So both of you give me stability. Well, actually, no, you don't have to worry about stability yet. This is just comment. We'll make stability checks at the end of combat. Shit's happening too fast. So Dawn, you do get a check of some kind to save your ass, but you need to beat a 7, tie a 7 to not get shanked, or you could just not do anything and see what Iris does.
Can I use
Now,
athletics?
You can use athletics to try and throw her off of you.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend. I'm gonna spend 5 points of athletics.
Okay. Now you can make spins too. For example, you could use your point of negotiation to be like, wait, let's talk this out. We have something you want.
Yeah, you know what? I will do that actually.
So you could try and throw her off with athletics, or you could try to negotiate with her. Just to give you ideas of what you can do with this system.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with athletics. I'm going to spend 5 points and just try to hip toss her.
Okay, yeah. Make your roll.
All right. That'd be 8.
Oh yeah, that's enough. You managed to throw her off of you before she's able to put any pressure on your throat with a knife. And so she falls on the ground. She's prone. So Iris, if you attack her now, her hit threshold will be a 3.
Well, might as well.
Yep.
Add to 6.
All right, that's double her hit threshold, so that's a critical. So you just knock her ass out, zap her right in the heart. So she's helpless right now. So the cartoon animals are getting further away from you. So you can run after them, or you can, if you want to finish her off, you would have to. Well, it's going to be stability checked. You know?
Yeah, I don't think I'm at the murdery level yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do, however, carefully pick up the knife that she was using and kind of throw it a bit farther away from her so it isn't too easy to find when she wakes up.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, that's a weird and murder hobo as this is. I check her pockets.
Okay.
It's not a bad murder. That's not murder hobo.
Yeah, but
yeah, she has a phone, and she has some keys, and she has a set of keys, and there is let's see, yeah, and that's it. Yeah.
like smartphone?
Yeah.
Locked?
No.
Yeah. Trying to think. We don't really have anything to tie her up, and I don't know if I want to spend like not prestige points, preparedness points to tie her up.
Mm-hmm.
I think we just got to make sure we keep escorting the animals, and I'll check her phone while we go. I'll leave the keys though.
Okay. All right. Let's see here.
You know what I do? I'm going to spend 2 points to, as a possible spend preparedness, to have a vial of just, what's it called? Indica syrup, basically, but it has like about 50 milligrams to pour into her mouth so she gets high and wakes up just very calm.
Yeah, that's definitely a preparedness check. To have a very specific drug to do that. I'm gonna say that's a 6.
That'd be 6.
You spent how many preparedness do you have left?
3, and I spent 2.
Okay. So you have 1 left now.
Eesh.
Okay. Yeah. All right. You do that. That'll. You don't have any pharmaceutical training. I'm sure that's exactly how it'll work. Yeah.
I say, all right, and you calm down and be less murdery. And
okay. Yeah. So, you rush to catch up with the animals. Let's see here. The phone. It does have a link to a scan of some letters in French. And then there is she has some audio notes that she's made to herself. She has an audio journal. Some of it is her verbally speaking. Well, actually, no, she's so actually the language did come in handy. I didn't think about that. Rip.
Well,
Sorry.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the first time I've run this scenario. It's kind of a rough format. Oh well. Sorry. Again, I thought there'd be more players, so you'd have more point spreads for abilities.
No, that's fair.
So anyway, she does talk about the cannot let him be destroyed, even though even though the ritual is now out in the open, everyone that only you need the letters and the notes in the book to understand its significance. He is angry because he thinks he can be destroyed now, but if we stop these two, then no one else will be able to figure it out. We must save him, so he will show us the truth of the Formless Dream.
Okay, we're doing the right thing. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Because
there's more stuff in it too. Is there anything in particular you're trying to figure out?
let me check my list of skills.
Yeah.
It would be possible to spend history on this?
Sure.
I'll spend history on this.
Okay. Yeah, apparently the other two films are known. She makes oblique references to them. And there are groups fighting for control of the films and what they can do, because apparently Cartoon Cat has been active for a long time. And there is there you cannot directly control him or easily control him, but if you can point him at an enemy, that motherfucker is gonna die. Like nothing can stop him. Cartoon Cat is very violent, very dangerous, and very sadistic. So that's sort of the general purpose. What kind of information would you be interested in finding?
Probably just more information about the other two films, like if people can put like a name on them or references.
Well, there's one is okay, yeah. So, one is called Introducing Mr. Cat. That appears to be the creation ritual, and apparently it's different than the one you used. That was sort of a base lower one, because these are minor, shapeless thoughts, abstractions given form. They're very weak, and they do not have sort of free will, self-determination. The creation ritual is... there are things out there in the void at the boundaries of the dreamlands. Oh yeah, you start having flashbacks of something. Of standing on the edge of a world and staring out into the void. But it's not a void. There are things within. Things without thought form. Things without shapes. That hunger. It is nameless and formless, yet it hungers. It exists without anything to define it. A living paradox. Unliving paradox. And yeah, but you pour it into a form. Yeah, so that's the first film. The second film, Mr. Cat's Big Day. That seems to be the most the popular one, because that's invoking him, bringing him to a particular place at a particular time. So that's how you point him at someone that you want dead, if you want mayhem caused. Yeah.
So basically, it was a hit.
Well, no, that's just how people have used it. So, whoever this person, this killer, is connected with, they have access to this ritual, and they've been using it. And now that the Tea Party has surfaced, there's a way to end Cartoon Cat. So
Yeah, I mean, also, there's a non-zero chance Cartoon Cat came after Maria on his own volition.
yeah, perhaps yeah. Probably Cartoon Cat does not understand the internet, and that now that it's on the internet and it's been talked about, this film will always exist in this
Hmm.
and that form. So, but you're guessing Mr. Cat's big day doesn't require Liao, um, so probably that you only need Liao to actually, you know, create to bring form to a formless being and draw it down from the dreamlands.
Yeah.
So,
So
yeah,
we have to succeed in this, if only because
you're not
in
gonna get another shot.
also an immortal, unkillable monster that people can just summon and point like a ICBM.
Mm-hmm.
This should not exist with people unable to stop it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So cheer up, Don. We're doing the world a service.
Mm-hmm.
Just think of the views, man. Just think of the views.
Yeah, that's not what I'm thinking of. Let's help the mouse go.
I mean, you're right.
Yeah. So, yeah, you two come to a clearing, and there's a nice tea party table set up, and there, unfortunately for you, there are 5 chairs.
Shit. We shouldn't have come.
Well, are you going to sit down?
Wait.
Yeah,
Remember,
I'm just-
Iris? I can send the text out. Frank Nostalgia Guy can be here at any minute.
Where are we? Do
Oh,
you know?
Damn it!
Do you
Yeah.
think he knows how to get to the corner of Big Rock Candy Mountain and Skeleton Dance?
Oh no, you're in the dreamlands. You're
Yeah.
you're at the borders between the real world and the dream world.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let's just chill and see how this plays out for now. Let's not sit yet.
Okay.
So yeah, the all of you sit down, and then Mr. Cat appears. Both of you give me stability checks.
Yay.
Huzzah.
I'm not gonna spend anything. Let's let it rock. I got a 4.
I got a 1.
All right. Yeah, it's 4 stability if you fail.
-4.
Okay.
Well-
You are shaken now. You have -1 to all general abilities, and I think you have to spend an extra investigative ability if you want to make a spend. Yeah. Actually, I should double check on that.
I think it's just you can't.
Yeah. Let's see here. I want to say that as well. Stability check. So the free for all combat, exhaustion, stability checks. Oh, here it is. You're only a -4, right?
Yeah.
You're losing it.
Woo!
Let's see here. So you're shaken. Actually, you get to choose, or you can roll a d6. Shaken, panicked, closed off, exposed, or you blackout, or you go berserk.
I'm gonna roll a d6 for that one.
Okay.
6.
Berserk.
Well,
Okay.
So yeah, you just it triggers something in you, and he's Mr. Cat. He speaks, and his voice is horrible and cartoonish at the same time. He says, "Hello, everyone. I'm glad to see you. My eye has just healed. My eye right here. My big white eye." And you just, as he keeps pointing at his eye, the knife is in your hand, and you launch into his eye before you could think, repeating Maria's doomed attack. And he goes, "Oh no! How could you be so mean and rude to me, Mr. Cat? There's only one way to deal with you." And he's going to spend, let's see here, 9 points of aberrance.
Well,
Fair enough.
Yep.
so congrats. That's automatically a crit.
Yep. So yeah, that's going to be.
Oh, good. He only rolled a 2. That's an 11.
Yeah. This is gonna be 2d6 plus 6. This is probably gonna kill you.
Nope.
Yep. So you take 9 health. What are you at?
I'm at 5 right now. So -4.
You're at -4. So yeah, he slams into you, and you go. His hands turned into a mallet and slammed into you, and you are flattened like a pancake at the back wall. Or not at the back wall, at the tree. And you go down. You feel your rib. You start coughing up blood. That was mean. I'll deal with him afterward, but I'm so hungry. Oh, and you are new? What, did you bring me a gift?
Oh, boy. Herein lies the paradox. And I'm not saying this aloud.
Mm-hmm.
I could spend preparedness to have something in my pocket, but I also know that Mr. Cat will eat it.
Mm-hmm.
But I could go off script.
You can say Dawn's your gift.
I will. If you have any relevant investigative abilities, there is something you have that you can do. Let's see here. You already spent your trivia, right? Did you spend social sciences?
I did not. I will gladly spend the hell out of social sciences.
Well, you know what makes a good gag for a cartoon, right? Is a joy buzzer, and you know what's a good joy buzzer?
A taser.
A stun gun. You say, "Well, yes, I would like. Hello, my name is Iris. Put her there." And yeah, you give him the joy buzzer with that, and he screams in pain, and his body shakes, and it would be funny if it wasn't utterly terrifying, because he's made of something that's physical, and he reels back towards Mr. Rabbit. And he kind of blinks as he suddenly, "Hello, Mr. Rabbit. What did you bring me?" "Oh, I brought you cake." And the ritual's kicking in. Oh, thank God. So yeah, you had the right thing to get him not to kill you, or beat the shit out of you. Because yeah, you've done the ritual. So he eats Mr. Rabbit. Give me another stability check. Actually, one stability check for just both of them, because it's pretty gruesome.
Yeah.
Also, you kind of created them. You're kind of their parent / god, and now you're just you just made them sacrifices.
I'm gonna spend 3.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up if you think about it.
I got a 7.
Yeah, but it's a necessary sacrifice. So this is what God is being like. Oh God. Oh no. You've achieved what Melvin Prellinger wanted all along, to understand what it was like to be God. That was the whole point of the... What you realize, this is the whole point. Melvin did this, the whole 3-part thing, so he could watch his own creations be sacrificed to kill his own creation. Like, it was the whole point. This is what God did. God created things in order to sacrifice them for the greater good, to save his other creation. Oh God, the theological and metaphysical implications are staggering. But yeah, you don't lose any more stability.
This is why I'm a secular humanist.
Anyway, Mr. Mouse gives him the poison, and Cartoon Cat drinks it. and falls over. And he does not go to heaven. He just signed up. There is just an explosion of, well, ink. His body explodes into a flood of ink. So think like the elevator from The Shining, only it's ink. And
I just wipe the ink off my eyes and blink at the camera.
But so Mr. Mouse is left. And he looks at you. Did I do well?
Uh-oh.
I'm going to spend that point of reassurance.
Okay.
You did excellent.
What? I have fulfilled my purpose. There's no more script. There is no the end. What happens now?
Now you make
Mother?
your own life.
What? And we'll stop there. As you wake up, well, no, we'll just stop there. As Dawn staggers up with cracked ribs, coughing, as the cartoon mouse, who is alive, and looking at you for guidance, because you're his mother.
Think of the views, Horace. Think of the views.
No, I'm going to be a good parent and insulate my child from just doing everything online immediately.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah. That was unboxing.
Damn.
Yep. Questions, comments, discussions. You guys have fun?
That was excellent.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Yep. I found out about Cartoon Cat recently. Even though I follow Trevor, I don't keep up with every single thing he makes. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, yeah, that's really fucked up. And
Oh my god. I just watched a whole bunch of shit on the infographics channel. I was like, God damn it.
I haven't seen that. You should post a link in one of the, well, yeah, I guess game chat or something. But yeah, there's like all these videos of like Siren Head fights Cartoon Cat.
Yep.
And Longhorse, and like they're for kids. And like, what the fuck? All right. Yeah, I've already used Longhorse in games. So in the Unknown Army campaign I ran a while ago, or a year or two ago. And yeah, but yeah, Cartoon Cat's real fucked up. So gave him an origin story. Yep. And the cool. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Beef Jerky. I messed up the days. I screwed up. I thought it was yesterday for a bit because I forgot to check my own schedule. But yeah, some weird fucked up things happened. Yeah, any other thoughts before we go?
No, I was pretty blind to this, and this was a very good blend of like funny and horror and
Oh man. It was it really gave you a dread of sense of time, especially when you're like, well, it's almost night. Enjoy.
Good luck.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I really like this.
Yeah, you figured out why he was doing it. Yeah, he just wanted to destroy the film because that was how he could be destroyed. And he doesn't understand the internet, but you know, he really angry. He's bad. And yeah, so yeah, you could turn this into a campaign or something, I guess. This is one of those things I'm tempted to run for the RPPR group if I get the time and energy to do that, but we'll
The
see.
cult of the cat man.
Hey, if you ran this for the group, you'd have more people to throw at the cat.
I would have.
Oh god, yeah, no, that would be amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to properly stat them up in Gumshoe Stats. I kind of I had some basic stats, but I didn't really like give them a full proper write up. But I should probably do that. But yeah, something to think about. Anyway, that's it. So thank you all. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh yeah, and also go to patreon.com/RPPR if you want to play in games like these. So all right.
Godspeed.